rest of the store down here?
Yeah, they want to come down. I said it's okay to put a sign on the door, back in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Family owned, so people should understand.
Yeah.
Yep.
You gonna talk to Wes first?
I think we'll get it, going like that, and then I'll just probably maybe pull you right after we get a reaction of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right whenever.
Yeah.
Wait on that.
Yeah, we'll just wait on the rest of the store real quick before we open this.
Okay. Tractor across the bridge. Come on in. You guys are- yeah.
Wherever you guys want to be, just to witness what's behind the door.
Patrick and Ryan coming, or?
I think so. I think I should stay up there because she's in the store.
Okay.
I'll go up and get them as soon as
Okay.
I see.
All right.
What's the overall consensus in the room about what we hope is behind the door?
Yeah, jewels. We want jewels.
I hope there's something else going somewhere else.
Okay, yeah, we were just talking about that. You were
Yeah.
hoping to, like it was like a stairwell to something else.
I'd like to see the intrigue continue.
Yeah. You were telling us that you were able to pinpoint the kind of the date range of when the safe was there.
late 1800s, early 1900s.
How can you tell by just looking at it from the
Just
outside?
the design, the hinges, the type of lock that's on the inside the little pieces I've already seen inside.
And you've been working on this how long today?
Today I was here for an hour and a half. I probably worked for an hour.
Okay. Is that expected time-wise to kind of get this going?
Might be a little quicker than I expected, but
Okay.
I was fairly confident when I saw your first story that I'd get it.
Is that kind of what drew you to this, to seeing kind of what they found down here and
Yeah.
the possible history behind the door?
Yeah, I've opened hundreds of safes in the last 40 years, and each one's different. Sometimes there's nothing in there. Sometimes there's some really neat stuff in there, and hopefully there's something here that captures everybody's attention.
I mean, even if it's nothing, I mean, it's still the lore of what could be behind there.
If it's not, it's still a great story.
Are we just waiting on a couple other people, or?
I guess not.
Well, you want to see if Ryan wants to come down?
I told him. I assume he is coming.
I believe we're just waiting on a couple more people from upstairs to come down before we get this going. You know, I thought it was interesting, Kris, when we spoke last week, you were talking about the history of the building. I mean, this has been here since 1815, and you were able to trace it all the way back to 1860, I think, with one business. I think it was a dentist, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
But when we were talking, the most interesting thing was the jewelry store, I think, to you, right?
That was the most interesting thing, and I thought Sears and Roebuck catalog store was kind of cool too, because that was here for 5 years. You'd come in and buy your house and then build it on your property yourself, and that's what a lot of people back then did. So Gary might be in a Sears and Roebuck house. I don't know.
I'm hoping for a little bit more exciting stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, jewels would be really cool, or coins, or yeah.
I worked down here, so I've been looking at this door forever, driving me crazy.
Because you guys have had this open for about a week.
It's been about a week, yeah,
Yeah.
that we've been able to see it.
Well,
About a week.
you think we're ready?
Yeah.
All right. I think we should, let's see what's behind the door.
Me?
You're safe. Pull it open.
Turn it.
You don't have to turn it. Pull it.
All right, so we have a door behind a door here.
Wow. Okay. You we expect this?
Holy smokes.
Oh wow, there's actually stuff in here.
That's what we wanted.
All right.
What are we looking at here, fellas? Let's open that. Does it have a date?
I can't really see anything.
No. This looks like records from a while back. It says January 1918.
Wow.
Now, Chris,
Very hard to read the writing.
Chris, when we spoke last week in the history, do you know what business was here in 1918?
I would have to get my notes again, but I. W.H. Stanage and Company. It's a printing company, but I don't. No clue.
It's a day book. Some more stuff in it. 1922, it looks like right
Yeah,
there.
1922.
Let's open that up. That looks like some floor plans, maybe?
Blueprints. Again, I don't know.
You see there's a wooden box in the corner here. I don't know if that opens or if you need a key.
That, huh?
In 40 years of doing this, this is for sure the most intriguing opening I've seen. I've seen things of value in that, but there's a ton of books and a ton of history in here. I can't wait to learn what's in this.
And it's a locked box.
A locked box, all right.
I've got a locksmith here.
We'll look at that in a minute.
Another project.
Get a screwdriver.
Yeah, we'll get that open.
Man, man. All right, big book.
A big book there, all right.
1920. It still doesn't say who it is. It just shows sales.
Because I know 1920, that predates the Sears and Roebuck company being
Yeah.
here. You sure have a lot to look through here, Chris.
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
What does it look like in there?
Oh, these are bill of ladings from trucking companies. There we go. The Levine brothers.
Read the date on that one.
June 20th, 1917. So on the outside of our building is, in big letters, is Levine Brothers, and we could never figure out when they actually occupied this building, but we knew they were a furniture store. And their brothers separated, and one kept the furniture business here, and another one went up on Main Street. But I never knew when they were actually here, so that's kind of interesting. Oh,
There we go, flashlight. That'll help you kind of navigate through here. You know, outside of the books, what I'm seeing here too, it looks like there's stuff kind of wrapped up as well. Do we want to unwrap anything or
sure.
and see what's behind one of those? I mean, it almost looks like Christmas morning.
Tax returns 1917. Yeah, income tax return for Harry Levine Brothers. all 1917, same date as that, as this one. Keep that together.
Does it make you wonder why they kept all of this stuff back here?
It doesn't seem like it's that valuable, but I mean, it's interesting.
What are you grabbing there? What is that?
I thought it was a lockbox. It's a drawer, and it looks like more. Yeah, it looks like more tax returns.
What years are we looking at in there?
Let's see, in 1923. See, in 1918. I assume these are all ledger books. I'm gonna grab this one because it was wrapped up in newspaper.
Want me to hold the flashlight for you?
And that one's 1923.
Can you make out what it says on top? Does it say outgoing mail?
Yeah, outgoing mail retail, 1933. This is gross. $1923. These are all from the Levine brothers still. So they kept copies of their outgoing mail.
It's pretty interesting. Is that a drawer?
Yeah. Kind of jammed up, but I don't think I can get that without some tools.
It has a sticker on the front of it. Does that have a year on it?
December, don't know if it's 1876 to 1891. Returned checks, all in this drawer.
That's pretty far back, though,
Yeah.
1876.
This one was on the bottom shelf.
Well, the lockbox is open. If you wanna peek and see what's in there.
This looks like another day book. What are these? What does it look like they put in these?
Looks like individual sales that they had for that date. That's 1917. But I don't know what it's for.
You know, one thing you told me last week, if there was just history in here, you'd be pretty
Yeah,
pleased.
and I'm very pleased. I think it's a lot to go through, but it's intriguing. I love it.
You wanna check and
Yeah.
see what's in here?
Let's see what it's in the lockbox.
Metropolitan juvenile clothing. Well, it was all 1920s era. I don't see any money.
Not yet, at least, right?
Recapitulation of inventory. Hats, sweaters, shirts, etc. Second floor. This is their inventory sheet from back then.
Yeah, looks like some checks in here as well.
March 20th, 1920, from the Levine brothers. March 13, 1920.
So far, it seems like the Levine brothers are the ones who
Yeah.
utilize the safe the most.
And they were here when? They were
1920, 1917, 1920. We found them in here at 1923. And there's their savings book.
In your research of who was in this building, do you know when they moved out?
I could not find record of them occupying the building on any dates, even though we knew they were here. So this does fill in some of the gaps. But these Levine brothers, I thought they were a furniture company, but they delved in clothing as well.
Yeah, right there it says August 23rd, 1920, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it does mention clothing items.
Men's suit, boys corduroy suit. Yeah. So you buy a men's suit back then for $25. Guess that's a good deal.
Can't do that these days.
anything else locked in there?
I didn't see anything else, no. It's all, the rest is all books, day books.
Still looks like there's a bunch of stuff wrapped up too.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's just more receipts. And that's 1922. Well, the Levine brothers were not furniture. Because here it says manufacturers of clothing for men and boys. So it must be a different Levine brothers than the furniture company.
Are you thinking about the Levines that were in Carthage?
Yeah.
That way? We did work for them too.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Well,
Everyone in the back, I mean, what are you guys thinking about seeing all of this?
I think it's great. History.
What does it say here, Chris, on the side here?
McNeil and Urban.
Does McNeil and Urban mean something?
It's an old safe company. Not who we originally thought, which was Mosler.
But yeah, the doors inside of the door is really, I think that's awesome. Is that typical? A safe inside of a safe?
Okay, it's occasional for the better safes. I did one about a month or two ago, and on the outside of the inner door, it said, "There's nothing in here of any value." And when we got it open, there of course was. There was plenty in there of value. It was out in the country, so it's a lot of fun. I love doing it.
That's a big book right there.
It looks like it might be the oldest one in here.
What? It looks like it's got bolts on the side.
Dated 1924.
Those insurance policies?
Insurance policies. Royal Insurance Company.
What is the amount there?
They're insured for $16,000 for fire damage. Wow, doesn't seem like a whole lot. More ledger book.
Hello, I can hear you. They're going to do breaking off the top. It was alright if I get a live interview with you?
Sure.
You know, come up here,
Yeah.
step, and then I can like
Yeah.
hand down.
You still call this the receiving area, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
See anything more?
Minute out. And I mean, you can walk off or, you know, pan down or anything. I might have him pick up some stuff.
This isn't assembled. Assembled to the big screws in here where it's sort of larger. Big screws are- I'll just put it back down. Get out of the way for this. A lot of cool things to go through here.
Yeah. It's really cool space.
We're in the show. Yeah, no, so what's in the safe? That is a good question. Well, I can tell you it's not just nothing. Let's take a look over here and even over here. There's a bunch of historical documents, it looks like, in here. Kind of a look at, you know, what businesses were here in decades, centuries past. Now, been talking to Kris Koch here, the co-owner, Koch Sporting Goods, throughout the day, and he decided today was the day to get this cracked open. Had a locksmith here working for about an hour or so to get it open today. And Kris, tell me just what are your thoughts about seeing what is actually behind this door?
First thought was when we opened it up, we saw another door, so we thought we had to unlock that one as well. So I'm glad Russ was here just in case. But then once we opened that one up and saw all this history behind it, I'm pretty excited.
Take me through some of the history you've been kind of pulling out of here over the past, 10, 15 minutes.
Well, most of it's from the Levine brothers, so we found out they're a clothing company from 1917 to, I think we found 1922, 23, so at least 5 years worth. We haven't gotten through a whole lot more, but it's definitely very old and very dirty. Almost like there was a fire in here somewhere and there was smoke damage.
What has maybe been the most just kind of intriguing part about going through some of this stuff so far?
We saw an insurance policy for the building here for $16,000 back then, and I can't believe a building this size would be only $16,000. Insurance policies were it was $129 to insure the whole building, so times have changed.
Last week you told me, you kind of took me through the history of the building. You said, I hope there's jewels behind the door. I hope there's history. Even if there was nothing, it was still the intrigue about finding this in your basement. Doors open. It's a bunch of history in here. Are you pleased with what you're finding right now?
Yeah, I'm really pleased. I'm happy. I'm glad it wasn't empty. Jewels would have been great. I'm glad there were no skeletons in there. But it's a lot of history to go through. So we're gonna take some time and get everything done.
My very last question for you, just now, what's your plan? Is it just kind of sifting through all this and kind of getting an education and background on who was here and what was here?
Yeah, I think we'll have to pull everything out and then, kind of put it in chronological order and figure it out from there.
Got it. Well, Kris, thank you for inviting us
right.
here to see the opening of the safe today.
thanks for
Again,
coming.
it wasn't just nothing, guys. They found a lot of history here dating all the way back to, I think, the 1870s. But I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio. Thank you.